this lesson we're going to talk about conditional formatting. So you can change the format of a cell when it meets certain conditions. So an example might be if a cell is a negative number, highlight the background of that cell as yellow. Okay, so we're going to try this out in the order sheet of our Excel sample file. So what we want to do is actually first format cells in column G, which is the total cost column, based on their relative value. So we'll scroll over, and then we'll go ahead and select column G, because we've got to select it before we format it. And then under the Home tab, there's that Conditional Formatting button. We'll go ahead and select that, and it gives us a few different options. We'll first try data bars. So what this is this will add bars to each of these cells based on the value. So you can see, like, you know, the order that was $360, that's the largest bar, right? And so the size of the bar increases as the cost of the order goes up. So you can do gradient fills or solid fills, a few other things that you can do there. You can also do color scales. So you can change the color, again, based on the relative value of each of the orders. And you can set the larger orders as green or in red, as red in this case. You have several different options for how you'd like them to be formatted. And they're all based on the relative value. And you can also use icon sets. So traffic lights, arrows, I think there's even flags on here, a few other things that you can use to format it based on the value. Another thing that you can do are top and bottom rules. So you can have Excel just highlight the top 10 items or the top 10% of items in a particular way. So let's try that. We'll try the top 10%. Maybe actually what we want to do is we want to change this to 15%. Let's change that. And then we want to highlight the top 15% as green, because we like those larger orders. So you can see there's a couple here that have been that meet that criteria. So another thing that we can do is, and there's other top and bottom rules as well. There's the bottom 10 items, the bottom 10%. But we can also highlight cells that are greater than, less than, between, equal to certain values. So we'll try greater than, and we'll try 100 first. And actually you can see that most of the cells actually meet that condition. So we'll try 200. So that's a fewer subset. And so we'll highlight those with green. Anything greater than 200 is green, because again, we like those high orders. We want that to be green. And you can also do custom font options or format options as well. Okay, so we'll select OK, but you'll see actually right now that the total cost cell is actually formatted as well. What we can do to fix that is just select a cell to the left, which doesn't have any formatting in it, and use the Format Painter option on the Home tab. So hit that, and then go back over to our total cost cell, select it, and then it'll remove that formatting for us, because it doesn't really, that wouldn't serve any purpose to have that total cost column formatted. So we'll go back to our Conditional Formatting tab, and if we wanted to clear that, there's a Clear Rules option, and we can clear from the selected cells or from the entire sheet. We'll just do the selected cells in this case. So another thing that we could do is we could actually format based on words as well, not just values, right? So we could highlight cells that are equal to a large order. Oops. And we actually, let's highlight those again. Let's highlight them green, because we're most interested in those larger orders. Okay, there we go. And then let's also maybe format the normal orders. We'll format them as yellow. Again, we want the large orders, so we'll set those as green. And we'll set the normal orders as yellow, because those are still good orders, but we'd like to see those large orders every time. We'd like to see that consistently. Now what we can do on the Data tab is actually filter as well. So we can filter by these colors or sort by them. Actually, let's do this. Let's sort by the greens. So we want all the large orders to appear at the top. So Excel will recognize those colors and allow us to sort based on that, which is another useful feature as you're formatting this.